You're not rooting for your own team.
You can't walk out on the set, bro. That's the cut anyway. Top 5 NBA players.
I can go 6 Lakers in my stuff.
LeBron at 1.
I gotta go with Akeem.
Jordan at 2.
Magic.
I'm gonna take Kobe.
Kareem.
My small forward, I'll take Latrell Sprewell.
This guy.
Sportsmanlike Conduct Podcast.
This is Sportsmanlike Conduct Podcast. I'm your host, Cassius Clee. We are here in the industry studios in Brooklyn, New York. Today we're going to talk about the Suns owner, Robert Sarver. We're going to talk about Brett Farve and his scandal, if you want to call it that. His Ross-Clot business. And we're going to recap our week 1 picks of the NFL. And we're going to talk about the disaster of the Cowboys week 1.
What we are?
Yes, we have to talk about it. We got to get into it.
That's an NFL team, right?
But how you doing today, Snake? All good?
All good, all good.
Stokes?
All good, kid.
IT Stokes.
No complaints.
Brother O, back from vacay?
Yeah.
You got a 10
Yeah, man.
on your cheeks. Pause.
Just wearing the Speedos, yo. Yo, Reese Beach was hot, man.
Reese Beach is popping.
For a whole playing volleyball.
What's going on right now in the NBA? Robert Sarver being accused of harassment of women, racism, what else?
and men, they said.
Treating people.
Body shaming men, they said.
Really?
Oh, so he's not no Donald Sterling. Look at my thoroughbred.
He got a year suspension and $10 million fine. My only problem with this is, how do you cannot take the man team away from him. I know we had the discussion last night, right? He owns a team. Like, you cannot take somebody's team away for being a bad person.
You can, man. It's like being a bad tenant in the co-op. If you make a noise, I mean, you can't take it away and not compensate me. I still own that property, but you could get me out.
But Donald Sterling was a whole lot different.
Well, reading what Adam Silver said, the reason why he didn't feel like he could take away his team is because throughout the investigation, when he so-called used the N-word,
we got to get into it.
It wasn't malicious in his racism act. He was just saying it like he's down and he's
like, what's up, my niggas?
Yeah, he's supposed to be saying it like that. I guess that's not racist. He didn't say that you're a nigga or...
Right, he was just using the word.
Just using the word.
The bottom line the difference between Robert Sarver and Donald Sterling is that there's video footage of Donald Sterling actually using the N-word. There's no video footage of Robert Sarver using any kind of derogatory terms. There might be, somewhere down the line, it might be revealed, but as of now, there's no evidence. And I don't know if you saw the press conference that Adam Silver, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, held yesterday, but he looked completely nervous and
Who, Adam Silver?
Oh, yeah. You didn't see it?
Yeah. No. He was uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely uncomfortable. And I think he knows
hey, yo, listen,
he's going to have to somehow, some way.
His star players, his marketable players are coming out saying they need to get him out.
Then again, they pay him. The owners pay him his salary.
Yeah, and from what I hear, it seems that the owners are totally, well, I shouldn't say totally, but a lot of the owners are not really on board with getting rid of Robert Sarver.
Yeah, you can't. I don't agree.
That's because they have a lot of dirt that could be dug up and come around.
It might open up Pandora's box. And
I think he should have been fined more. Maybe
I think
2 years.
2 years. Yeah, I think the suspension should have been longer.
2 years.
$10 million to a billionaire is like like giving your kid $200 for sneakers.
That means this kid ain't getting a boat this year or something like that. Take it out on him.
But if you don't have it on video, right, or recorded,
it didn't happen.
And he's not admitting to it.
It didn't happen.
He didn't
It's
deny
like,
it and he didn't admit it.
You treated me bad. Is there proof? No. Like, I don't, you cannot take a man's team away.
Nah, not.
You can't say, yo, you gotta quit or you gotta give your team up. You can't do it. It's a different situation.
Listen, I don't even like the suspension, to be honest with you. But if you're gonna suspend him, you gotta suspend him for 2 years, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that's gonna do. He's still gonna profit in the TV and the sharing, and
he's still gonna call you an N-word behind your back.
Yeah. So you got pronounce this guy's name right. Jam Najafi? Am I saying that right?
Jam Najafi.
Right. The senior vice president of
he's
the
a
Suns?
minority.
Senior vice, the vice chairman and minority owner.
Minority owner.
He's the team's second largest stakeholder of the Phoenix Suns.
So he's putting the pressure on himself.
Yeah, he's calling
for him to be fired.
He's calling for the majority owner, Robert Sarver, to be fired for his actions.
Because you know what's gonna happen. Guess who's gonna be the majority? You know what's behind
the
that.
stakes and he takes it.
Yeah. You know what's behind that.
And then players like LeBron spoke out. Chris Paul spoke out.
But the intriguing part about all this is that
there's something intriguing.
Phoenix Suns general manager
is a black dude.
What's this dude's name?
James
Jones, right?
Yeah, James Jones.
Is it James Jones?
No, I think James is his last name. Jermaine Jones.
No. Let's just. I'll look it up. I don't want to miss.
Jermaine Jackson
and my head coach Monty Williams. They really haven't spoken out against him. I mean that's why I think the last thing I heard from
they should.
Monty Williams was supporting him.
Maybe he was nice to them. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't know. I mean, that's where it gets complicated.
Oh, James Jones is his name.
James Jones. Okay, yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? This is all the NBA players got to do.
Not play
when they play Phoenix and the game is over.
Yep. Put everybody in the injury
Phoenix,
report.
I'm not playing. It's gonna take a hit.
I mean, yeah,
Commissioner,
the onus is on him. Yeah,
we'll have to, like, bro, you got to
his
go.
lifeline is dependent and contingent upon how the players, pretty much,
react.
decide to
act
decide
and react.
what they decide to do. So if the players decide to boycott any games that are played against the Phoenix Suns, or even, I'll take it a step further, Chris Paul,
right?
Could,
it would have to be his team players, not the NBA.
But if Chris Paul and the team decide not to play unless Robert Sarver resigns, I mean,
yeah,
that's another scenario.
I don't know, man. This is players can make this happen real easy, quick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'm so glad this is not the Lakers.
But it's not going to happen, man. This is what the NFL players were trying to get at. Like, all the top echelon people could go on strike. That's why you're always going to have scabs.
Yeah.
When they're in these sports, when they go on strike or try to do some kind of action. But, me, I'm the 12th man just making $750,000. I'm like, no.
Imagine,
I need to play.
Like, player empowerment, they have so much power. Remember, I'm going to go back to Colin Kaepernick for a second, right? If the player said, yo, you're treating Colin Kaepernick wrong, you're not playing on the first week of the NFL season, we're not playing. That's a shutdown, bro. Yep. NFL is ruined. But I'm saying it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Players need money. They're like, yo, that's Kaepernick's business. XYZ.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of people in his corner, man.
Nah, that looked like it, but that did not happen.
He had people in other sports that was talking for him, but no one in the NFL came out and said him. And don't forget about Eric Reed.
Yeah.
Eric Reed was in the midst of all this. And your man from, say what you want about it. Me personally, I didn't like how your man hijacked the whole thing from the Eagles, the DB. What was his name? Hijacked though. He became like the spokesman.
You talking about Jenkins?
Yeah, Jenkins. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, yo,
and your man can still play at that time. Eric Reed, he was still good.
Yeah,
Malcolm Jenkins.
Even when they gave Eric Reed a chance, who Charlotte gave him a chance, right?
You mean Carolina?
I mean Carolina. I'm saying Charlotte. Carolina gave him a chance. He was like the best defensive back they had. when he played.
Yes.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, the problem with the NFL though, in terms of them boycotting, is the fact that only like there's like a
It's only
10%.
17 games too.
But not only that, but like it's top heavy in terms of who's making the most money, and everybody else is like
that's what the most of the players signed
survival
off
mode.
on when they negotiated their contract. That's how they did it. There was no
but I mean, the
looking
fact
out
is,
for the lesser person, man.
You got a 53-man roster on a team, and only like maybe a handful of players are actually
Out of
making.
53, I would say like 20 something are making probably in the millions.
This stuff is going to snowball, man. Like PayPal's already threatening to
I mean, if
pull back on the Phoenix.
If I could predict, I mean, I think he's done.
No.
But the onus is on the players, though. If the players do not boycott,
They got to do a mutiny.
Then he's
Right.
Yo,
So how many
he's
people
still in.
came
He's
forth?
still the owner.
when
like,
sponsors
complain
start
about
pulling out, though, it's
Yeah,
There you go.
that's who's paying.
When you start losing money, the team and the organization, that's it.
But I think the teams have their own sponsors, especially of course, obviously when they wear them on their jerseys.
right.
So you need like a full blown NBA sponsor. Like what? Remember when back in the days with Blake won the slam dunk contest, it was Kia.
Yeah.
So like if a person like Kia will pull out that sponsors the whole NBA, we're like, no, this guy's still here. Then we're pulling all
But
our
you got
sponsorship.
a lot of companies out there that take their place.
Yeah,
That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
Like, let's jump right back in. So we got another scandal. Your boy, Brett Farve.
Favre.
Who's boy?
That's not your boy?
No.
All right. So
Nah,
I need you to break it down
was
to
a
me,
Brett
D.
Favre.
I don't want to be wrong in this story.
I was a huge Brett Farve
But
fan too.
I'm going to sum it up and then you fill in the details for me. Brett Farve took money from a public official to build a volleyball stadium for his daughter with funds.
University of Southern Miss, right? It was Southern Miss. That's where he went.
Yeah.
So
All
Southern
right, so
Miss.
fill in the details for me there. Ted.
Well, I mean, the gist of it is that, according to the Mississippi Today, which is a paper based in Mississippi, Favre and former, Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant.
Oh, he was the governor?
Yeah. And others discuss ways to funnel at least $5 million in state welfare funds to fund a new Southern Mississippi volleyball center.
Why not?
And there's records of text messages going back and forth.
Right. But they bought houses and boats and other things besides that. And they were spending on trips, cars, dinners.
So it's big time scamming.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's multiple texts that were, there was a lawsuit filed by the state of Mississippi, and they were just saying there was just a bunch of texts just going back and forth. We're all involved.
That's
Favre,
horrible,
the state
man.
governor, and I mean, when you have the state governor,
Yeah, that's
that's
the highest
Involved
person
in
in the
a
state.
scandal
That's a lot of
this-
money, they said.
and you know what? It starts to make me wonder how these, other states function when it comes to state
Right.
funds.
Yo.
Well, it was
I
said
think they
there
just
was
happen
80
to get
people.
caught, but what about these other states now? I mean,
Oh, well, that's
That's a whole
probably
nother-
not the whole.
They don't
probably
know.
not the
Yeah,
whole
they
state
just
doing
got
that, bro.
them.
Yeah.
You said, I know we discussed this last night. Mississippi is the poorest state in the
yes,
country.
the poorest state in the union, in the United States.
And
Alabama's
then-
number 2,
yeah,
which
Alabama,
borders.
Why do you think Mississippi is the poorest state?
I just think they have no economy. There's no obviously they have no Fortune 500
Probably no
companies.
no export.
Right.
Yeah.
I never heard like grapes from Mississippi or apples.
Obviously, they ain't got no clean water either. So,
Oh yeah, the water's coming out
yeah,
brown.
brown. But
That's
they
worse
said
than
90% of the people get denied welfare when they apply for it, the ones that need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yo,
90%. That's a crazy
Yeah.
rate.
why does Brett Favre need to do this, man?
He's made
That's
over
his legacy.
$100 million throughout his career.
Yeah,
And for him to
listen.
be engulfed in a scandal like this is just mind-boggling.
Yo,
That was
It reeks of just
that was $100 million in '90.
Greed.
It's like
Yeah,
American
I mean,
Greed.
Greeks-
You ever saw that show?
Yeah.
But then it's this facade that he's the good old, the good old boy.
He wears
Quarterback.
Wranglers, man, and cowboy
And
boots.
his daughter goes to that school, no?
Yeah, and she's on the volleyball team.
That's man.
But to listen, man, but you got to remember, like these states like Mississippi and Alabama, they don't have state income tax or an economy to have tax in there. So, you know, if you want to get real political about it, states like New York, California, Jersey, that have high state income tax, you know, federal money goes from there down to these states.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. We pay the highest federal state tax, and it gets spread out.
Yeah, it gets
amongst
spread
the
out
smaller
throughout the country.
states and whatnot.
And that's
But
what they doing.
They don't monitor how they use the money.
Yeah.
That's the
It
thing.
just go, all right, this is New York taxes are raised. Here you get more of a share in Mississippi. So I get a bigger boat. You think it's the only thing they did?
Right.
The thing into
This $5 million?
I just want to mention. I mean,
doubt it.
nothing against Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban is a hell of a coach, but the fact that with Mississippi, you know, I mean, I know Nick Saban's in Alabama, you know, which is the second poorest state, but then you have these, you know, coaches like Nick Saban is making $11.7 million a year.
Right.
Well, Alabama is a private company. The university is a private school.
But I'm just saying, it goes to show you that you have these states that are just in dire straits economically.
Right.
And you got these.
But to be honest with you, that whole program brings that area.
Yeah, to be fair, yes, that's a good argument. That it actually helps the economy
in that area.
Yeah.
Where are they? They're in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa.
You know, you got a lot of poor kids playing football, and they dream about making it to the NFL and making hundreds of millions of dollars.
What I don't understand, there's this perception about people who are on welfare are lazy, don't want to work. You know, they have this, you know, this stigma like they resort to crime and it's just a whole negative stigma when it comes to people that are on welfare, that are in dire straits. And then you have a Brett Farve who's made millions of dollars, who's in cahoots with a governor at the time,
elected official,
and then they're taking money
from the poorest state. Yeah.
It's unfathomable.
You know what's gonna happen?
But you know what it is? He doesn't see that part. He doesn't go to that part of Mississippi. He stays in the one part he's in near the school, which is the rich part, and that's it.
I don't know, but it's scary though that these states. I'm pretty sure this is not the only state.
No. This is happening from. This is not a new scheme. And then listen, if I wrote on my welfare application that I had 3 kids and only had 2, they're gonna try to send me to jail for that.
You're going to jail.
Yeah.
Just for that. And this dude,
they trying to put cats in jail that did the pandemic allegedly
the PPP
loan. But they let people get away with $2 million forgiveness. Hey, they forgave Jay-Z's $2 million loan, PPE loan.
Yeah, they just
billionaire.
forgave it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jay-Z had a
$2 million PPP loan, and they forgave it.
Alleged. Is this true?
No, it's true.
It's true.
A couple of senators, like they brought out that list when they.
Oh, what?
When Biden, when Biden said, we're giving back to the student loans.
Yeah.
Everybody was complaining, all the Republicans, and they showed the list of that guy Marjorie Taylor.
That's crazy.
She had $200,000 loan. They forgave it because her business lost money.
Nonsense, man.
And then Kanye had one.
A
bunch of people had it. They was like, if you don't give it to me, I'll take it.
You could request, even in your municipality, like say you paid taxes in just Flatbush, you could get a list of all the people that receive PPE loans in your town, in your area, how much they got, their name, their business, or whatever title they have it under. Like say you had a daycare, you're like, daycare's lost bad money.
Yeah,
right.
Daycare's like literally lost probably 100,000 each individual daycare, at a minimum, and you could see their PPE loan and what they got if you request it. Yeah. It's out there.
And then Dirk was telling me last night, the IRS hired 80,000 reps.
They're going to be hiring about 85,000 new
new auditors.
Like 5 to 10 years or something like that.
To catch everybody with the
PPE dudes.
That's not what they're saying.
So the average person is going to jail, but the millionaire, they're forgiving their loans because they know how to
Brett
through the
Farve was
paperwork.
going nowhere.
Yeah, no.
And keep in mind that
He's
this
gonna
is
get a TV gig
governor of
soon.
Mississippi.
I think you mentioned that this is actually his alma mater too, Southern Mississippi. He played
Southern Miss, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the text messages that was, reported in the lawsuit. So this is a text from Farve. This is a direct quote from one of the texts that Farve sent. If you were to pay me, is there any way that the media can find out where the money came from and how much?
And the guy.
Wow.
So in response, just one more thing. In response, I guess whoever responded to him said that we never had that information publicized. And then
I just want to know how all of this got out.
Here's a note to everyone listening: your texts are not safe.
and also too,
I got an iPhone. I got an iPhone.
This device is meant to store information.
They will pull it up.
Keeps it all.
This is what it's
They
created
have you
for.
tapped. Stop your dick pics now, guys. Cut it out.
I told you I'm not. I can't. I gotta keep sending it, bro.
Everything is here, guys. Everything.
Do not press send.
It's not erased.
No.
Yo, I want
There's
to
a
holler at
cloud
my man
for it.
Dirk. We had a conversation last night. I'm gonna take it back to the Phoenix owner about the N-word. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Come over here close to the mic, my brother. Pause.
That's a pausable moment.
Yeah.
Which mic though?
It was a very interesting conversation about the N-word. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you, brother. Speak loud and clear. So last night, you had a problem with the N-word, and I'm gonna let you speak.
Well, I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but I just have this I feel like as black people, let's say in the United States or throughout the world, we need to make a decision about that word. Just black people.
Mm-hmm.
Are we keeping it or are we letting it go? Because we're on different sides right now. So I feel like we got to decide, okay, it's not a good word, we're not going to use it, and we're not going to allow anyone else to use it. Or it's all good, let's use it, and we're not going to be, and let's not care if anybody else uses it. But we can't, I feel like it's crazy that we're on both sides.
Right, because supposedly this owner was using it loosely, not calling people niggers, but saying
it.
You said
the ER, bro. You gotta calm down.
I don't know
man.
what he said. I'm sorry, bro.
Yo, that's a little racist
I'll just
right
say
there,
N-word.
man.
Nigger. I mean, listen, man. We say it in songs. We use it every day, and then maybe he was giving them like this feeling they could just use it whenever,
No,
however,
they could
bro.
do it. We could do it.
You can't be mad at people for feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with with Indians and white boys, and we was rapping, and the white boys was saying like nigga, da, da, da. I ain't feel no way. Because we was all rapping or whatever. We, was making records. I mean, obviously that shit would have never made it out there. But for me, I didn't feel no kind of way because this is my peoples. We chilling. The Indian
There's no, that individual, so there's no maliciousness behind
But
it.
if the record would have came out, it would have been.
Yeah, like Eminem can't use the N-word. Eminem cannot use the N-word.
Supposedly
That's
he
what I'm
did.
saying. We gotta figure out. I don't like the fact that we want to say it and use it, but then we want to be mad at other people when they say it and use it. Because no other race has like a what do you call it? Racial epithets that they freely say among in the wide open. No, they don't do that. We're the only ones that do that shit.
Well, we're very slick with it though. Like the A, the ER, and the A. Like this is. That's kind of that's a little slick, bro. Because if I say, "Come here, you nigger," and I'm white, you be like, "Yo, what are you saying?" I'm like, "Yo, that's my nigga, right?" But I don't know, man. Like if you use the ER, that's no good. That's what I'm saying. But if
it don't gonna make a difference if a white guy goes, "Come here, nigga," we use the A.
Nigga, you a nigga.
I mean, the word, it's just how you feel. People don't care about it. Like, a white man should know not to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this comedian said, he was like, would you ever call your mother by her first name? You would stop there. So why would you say nigger around a black person? He goes, it's in your mind that you're not supposed to say it, but they don't care because they don't care about you.
But still, exactly. They know they
can't say it, but they don't care. They don't have no respect for you. That's why they say it around you. You know what I'm saying? You would never call your mother by her first name, your pops by his first name.
You was on the other side of this though.
Yeah, nah. Listen, you're gonna use it.
I'm
gonna use that word. And I'm gonna take offense if a white person, period, or anybody
Exactly.
outside black use it. On a side note,
Even if it's my boy too.
How does like
I'm not trying.
growing up in that area, like a lot of the Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, they get away with it by saying N-word.
I mean,
A lot
They
of
got-
black people feel some
They
kind
get
of
away.
I feel some type of way,
Some people
yeah.
feel away, but
But I think they overuse it too sometimes.
I never felt no. I grew up in mad Spanish cats.
Yeah, I never-
Puerto Ricans was good. Flappers.
Yeah,
They could say
Flappers,
whatever.
Puerto Ricans, they was.
There's
they
no
were
OD
voice.
on it. Like some of these dudes, it's every
But-
other word.
But like I said, I'm gonna use it, and I don't want. This is our thing. Like we took what the word was actually meant to be
And flipped it. Yeah.
and flipped it into our own way. And so that's it. Listen, if you're a white person, you want to use the N-word around people or call somebody that, you got to suffer consequences if there are some. Some people don't care.
You know what it is though? It's like
You got to know that there's
Yeah.
something coming.
your argument is why it'll never come to an end. Like it's
Right.
going to be an everlasting debate because
Yeah,
you
you
got
But to
like
his
for instance,
argument,
O's stance on it, and then your stance on it. I mean, it's all subjective to who
Right.
My
you know.
stance is this, right? My stance is listen. I feel like we need to decide, but I don't. I think it's hypocritical to hold other people to a certain degree of you can't say it. Well, why are you saying it?
Right, but
Understand?
this.
And for me, and then my other thing is this. I'm good either way, but we got to decide as a whole nation what we trying to do. But I'm tired of the word itself, and I'm tired of the emotional reaction that it gets from black people when a white person said. I think we've given them too much power over our emotions with that word. I understand the history behind it and everything.
Yeah, it's-
But at some point, we black people just got to be like, you know what? We're taking all the power out of the word. So if a white person says it, I don't care because it's a word and
it's gonna.
it shouldn't get you like
Yeah, but it's the way they say it, too.
They have control over you.
But
I
you know what it
guarantee
is
you-
too is generational because there's people that are still around
Black people.
that still that will never let that go.
Right.
It's a
I mean, there's
let
words
that
that
go.
are fading. The homo is fading. Word gay. The F word. That's
Right.
fading.
So niggers should face it.
It shouldn't be said at all. You know, you're not a black person. You shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
But
there's
I get-
And it should
guarantee
fade out
you-
like that.
I guarantee-
older black people that don't like the word being said by black people.
That's true.
Yeah, no
They
doubt.
hate rap
Yeah,
music, and they hate rap music.
For that.
Especially-
saying the word too much.
Especially the ones that were subjected to some serious
South.
blatant
that's-
racism.
Yo,
So can you
It's
imagine
a
going?
sensitive
You walk into
word
church
right now.
or school and they pull out a water hose on you. Come
oh,
on,
man,
son.
We
I'm
we're going deep right
Yeah, I
now.
know, but
I guarantee you,
Just
this
say-
owner probably said, "Hey, all these
Everybody-
players use it,
Yeah.
so why don't I use it? Yeah, what's up, nigga? Let's come on, let's
Right, yeah.
let's win."
and then especially when they're probably a little bit younger, especially younger than us. They don't know how to react or
Yeah, this
or
younger
check.
generation don't care
Yeah,
if
because
white
our
people or black
fathers,
people said it.
our fathers will die for that word. So being
Yeah.
called that. I know my
I got
pops.
I got a quick story when I was a kid. I'm ashamed, but I'll let you know when we come right back.